Hi, my name is Matt, and today I'm going to show you how easy it is to get started developing sites on Osmek. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a very simple blog. So I'm here on the home page, and the first thing that I'm going to do is create myself an Osmek account. I'm going to get one of the small accounts. Just put my name in here and my email address, which is going to become my username, password, and create my account. And that's it. My account has been created. So I'll go ahead and log in with that username and password that I just defined. And here's my Osmek account. Now I don't have any sections yet, so the first thing that I want to do is create one. A section is a container for content for a particular page, usually. So today we're going to build a blog. So this section is going to be called blog, and I need to choose a model for that blog. There's 10 different options here. These all correspond to different kinds of content that you might be keeping. For a blog, I'm going to choose the multi-entry section. So here's my section. If I had more sections listed, they would all be here. So let me start that section up and go ahead and create my first post. I've got some lorem ipsum here. Hit save. So now I have a blog section set up and I have a post. So let's get started building a site that will rely on this for its content. So I'm going to head over to Coda, and I've already downloaded the Osmek.php client-side library from Osmek.com/user-guide, so you can get that yourself. And I'm going to get started with an index file. Let me go ahead and use some of Coda's shortcuts here. Get going. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is basically mock up some HTML for what I think my blog posts are going to look like HTML-wise. So every blog post is going to be inside of a div with the class post. It's all going to have a title. Go ahead and just put some fake content in here. This could be a very basic blog post. Now what we want to do is rely on Osmek to give us the content for this. So let's get started with that. The first thing I need to do to start getting up and running with Osmek is get my Osmek script and start that up. Now the only thing that this script needs to work properly is your API key, so it knows which account to access and has permission to do that. You can find your API key by going into Osmek, clicking My Account at the bottom right, and there it is. So I'll copy and paste that in and pass it to my Osmek class, and now Osmek's ready to go. It has everything that it needs to get content for me. Now, all integration with Osmek is done through the API, so what this script is doing is accessing Osmek's API and returning the data that it gives back. Osmek will give data in really any format you want. It will give you JSON or XML or serialized PHP and a number of others, but today what I want to show you is its template parsing abilities. Essentially, I can define a template for my content, pass that over to Osmek, and Osmek will give it back to me with all the data from that section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, here's what my post should look like, and I'm going to pass that to Osmek. So I'm going to stick it in its own file. And instead of actually having content in here, I'm going to use Osmek keywords. So title for title, and description. And here, I want to get that template file and pass it along to my Osmek call. I'm going to use file get contents. Template could be a string, but it's a lot easier to keep it in its own file. It's easier to edit and manage. So I made that. I called it post.php. Then I'm going to use the Osmek client-side library's fetch template method. And any call to the API needs two things at minimum. One is the API key, which we passed in at the top, and the second is the section ID that we want content from. So we are in our blog section here, and we can find that section ID by going to the settings page while we're in that section, and we can see blog's name of my section, and the ID is 1055. So that's going to be the first parameter, and the second is the template. Okay, and we are ready to go. Let's publish all this. I've got it set it up on a dev server right now, right here, and see what we get. There we go. My first post, this content is being fed in and managed from Osmek. So if I make a change, we'll see that update gets pushed over to my site that I just built. Let's go ahead and add a new post. Get some more of my lorem ipsum here. And there's my second post. I have a content managed site on Osmek in about 5 minutes. So let's talk about what we do from here. Obviously this is not much of a useful blog post. Some other things that we might want is a date. So I'm just going to add that into my template, publish that. And now my posts have dates. Obviously this is a MySQL date time formatted date stamp. We don't want that. So we're going to use Osmek's template keywords. Now this is where Osmek gets very powerful, because I'm able to make changes without having to do any server-side scripting or really processing of dates or words or anything. So I'm just going to pass a formatting value as the second part of my date here, and Osmek is going to parse that and format my date in the way that I gave it. Now, template keyword actions work for any keyword. Obviously, some of them are keyword specific, like date formatting, but here's another example. Let's say that on my home page of my blog roll, I don't want to show the entire post, I just want to show the first 400 characters. Now all of my posts get truncated to 400 characters. So that's it. In about 10 minutes, we have a very basic blog set up and running on Osmek. So in some future screencasts, we'll go over how to integrate with some of Osmek's other types of sections, like photos and events, and show more in depth what you can do with Osmek's templates and keywords. But this should give you an idea of how to get up and running. If you have questions, please visit our support site at support.osmek.com. We'd love to help you out. Thanks.